The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm going to be showcasing something very special. I've been asked by many people to showcase my rare and holy grail games, and there's no way I can fit all of them into one video, so this might be a mini series. I don't know how many videos I'm going to do on it, but I thought I'd start with the classic games and talk a little bit about why they're rare, and unbox them if I could, and showcase the internals and put them all together in one video. I thought it'd be a lot of fun. At first I was a little hesitant and just like, gosh, how am I going to do this? But the more I started filming, the more I wanted to do it, and so I'm really excited about sharing some of my holy grail and rare games. Sit back, enjoy. You might learn a few things. Alright, it's definitely a holy grail for Vectrex fans, the 3D Imager complete in box. And it came with a headset, and the headset this is an accessory, and you put this on your head, and it is a rudimentary 3D imager. It makes things look 3D. It's got a color wheel on it. It's really a weird technology. The box came with Mindstorm, 3D Mindstorm, and I had three things inside. I consider this complete. It's the instruction manual for Mindstorm, the 3D Imager instructions, and this had a little side little instruction sheet showing how to install the color wheel latch. This is how to reinstall the color wheel latch, because the thing is you had these color wheels, and you would have to put in different color wheels underneath for each game. Each game came packaged with a different color wheel. They had three games that were part of the 3D Imager, which makes this rare, as it came out in '84. And this is an accessory to Vectrex, which was not on the market, I think, less than a year. Fans and hobbyists are still making games for the Vectrex, and there's been homebrew 3D games, which is crazy. So this is what comes with it. I consider it extremely rare. Probably wondering, what the heck am I looking at? And these are rare Commodore VIC-20 third-party cartridges. Commodore VIC-20 came out in the late 70s, and it was very popular, and there was a lot of third-party cartridges that came out early 80s. A lot of the games and peripherals I show today came out at that time, making them very collectible, because back then there was a lot of things coming out, and a lot of them didn't sell well, and a lot of them were put on clearance, were on the market very short time. So very few of these have survived. So this is a very rare educational cartridge. It combines, I think, typing with Pac-Man, and it's called Typo. And this is a very rare cartridge, and by Romox. And they themselves didn't have wide distribution, so it's very sweet to see. Now this other cartridge, I don't know what it is, because I can't get it to work, but I'm not throwing it away. It's one thing, if you find a rare cartridge and it doesn't work, it may not be dead. It may just need to be repaired. This one's really tough because it's like encased in this hard plastic, and I have a hard time like prying it out to try to even get it fixed. And so this does not work, but I know that these are extremely rare, and this is by a company called Timac. And very few of these have surfaced, let alone been filmed. And so I want to show what this looks like, just in case someone else out there has found one of these. These are extremely rare. And this could be a very rare game called Defuse. I don't know. I can't get it tested. I do need to dump this cart, and you need a 32K VIC-20 to dump the contents. And so I'm just having a hard time having it load on my VIC-20, but this is extremely rare from a company that didn't have wide distribution whatsoever. So it's very heavy. It's a very heavy cart. So I want to know what's on here, but I haven't been able to test. I've tested it over again. I've cleaned the contacts. It looks like the contacts were scraped. So it looks like somebody before me was trying to scrape the contacts to get it to work. So who knows if it's dead or if the chips need to be resoldered inside. I do want to find out what's on this at some point. I get asked all the time what I think the most rare thing I have in my collection is, and this is definitely up there. This is a very strange item. I did bring this to the Classic Gaming Expo mid-2000s, and it was part of their museum that they had. And what it is this is a basic cart for the keyboard component, the original Intellivision one that was barely released. It was test marketed. And so I had a buddy, Corey Strite, he picked this up in an estate sale for less than $1. I mean, this is just a crazy find. And so this is a cartridge that you would plug in to the keyboard component. And so this thing didn't even barely come out. And so having this, many people that had one did not have this. And so it came in this box here, and the box has like an insert. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is definitely up there for just bizarre. And it would have a tray in there where it would hold the data storage cassette that came with mine. The basic card, it's weird. It's got its weird shape. It's not like anything else that I've seen. Came with a manual. And the manual, this is, again, very few people have this. Talks about it. Talks about some functions here. Oh, that's funny. And this, a keyboard component owner's book. So this came from somebody that had one of these. They did express that they threw away the keyboard component, and all they had left was this, which ironically is more rare, but I'd love to have the keyboard component someday, but I don't, and probably never will. It's super rare, super expensive, but again, this manual is seen by very few people. So this is a thermal printer ad that I did get in this slot, and this was never released. So this is an internal ad. Very few people have seen this, and this is an ad for something that never came out. So really cool to see this, and to see that, you know, there's products out there and flyers and documentation that are still floating around there, and I consider this one of the rarest things I have in my collection. Early on with the TI-99, Texas Instruments, there was some really weird, strange carts released, and these were by Milton Bradley Electronics, and these were game vision carts that worked with the TI-99, and they looked totally different than other TI-99 carts. And so the game vision series was 4 carts, Yahtzee being the rarest. This is extremely rare, and the reason why, there was a bug supposedly in this that the computer cheats, so you can't beat it. And so the Yahtzee cart, the Yahtzee game vision cart, all these are very rare. This one is extremely hard to find. Now, complete in box, I have 2. I've managed to score over time, and this is what the box looks like, and it's really just different. It's just like, kind of reminds me of kind of like Microvision style packaging. It's got a foil insert. Goes in like that. The manual. Here's the manual. And voila. There you have it. I definitely don't consider myself the Atari 8-bit expert, but I would consider any one of these pretty rare to have in a collection, and I'm very thankful and blessed to have them. Start off with Boulder Dash. First Star Software did not make many 8-bit carts, and Boulder Dash is a long, ongoing series. They still own the rights, and they're still around to this day. And so having a Boulder Dash cart, especially in a nice clean copy, pretty tough to get. This is a very rare cart. Prototypes. This is actually a final of Star Wars Arcade, and this is, any prototypes are going to be rare and something sought after. But this is a release 2, and so this is another release. So there must have been a bug in the initial release, and so they fixed it and put it in this one. I've tested the final ROM. I can't see any differences with it, but I just thought it was pretty interesting to come across. And this was found in the wild, and very cool. Thank you, Corey Strite. Also, this one, Summer Games. You're like, yeah, so what? So summer games, for whatever reason, on the Atari XE game system is really hard to find. So having a cartridge version of summer games is really tough to find. I'm really lucky to have this sealed, and this was and is by far the hardest XE game system cartridge to find. If you have this in your collection, you're very lucky. And like many things, sometimes things are easy to find and then time passes and then nobody has it. And this is a good example with summer games, because I think you were able to get this fairly easily, 10, 15 years ago. Now, impossible to find. It's really hard to find. Rarely appears on eBay, let alone anywhere else or someone selling it. So good luck. So there you have it. That's my rare and holy grail games that I chose for this video. There's many more. It was hard to pick and choose some. You may have a different list, and that's okay. Thank you so much for people continuing to tune into my humble channel as I march towards 70,000 subs. I'm almost there. I'm getting really close. I had a lot of fun with this video. The more I started filming it, the more I wanted to do it. And I look forward to doing more of these when I have the time. This is the Immortal John Hancock. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You take care.